All right, so chat, a lot of people have been asking about the new PUBG patch. What is it going to entail? There's a revive. Oh my gosh, you could carry down opponents. There's different things with the revive as far as towers and then transmitters, you know, blue chips. What's the impact going to be? Do people think it's going to be really positive? Is it not? This year's video by the Beard Guys. Beard Guys does a lot of really good PUBG content. We're going to watch their video. There's a couple other ones that we'll probably watch as well, but we'll do that on Tuesday when the servers go down. And let's see what the Beard Guys think. All right, hold on a second here. Hopefully, let's check out the audio. Tell me how it sounds. It's pretty good. So this is the blue chip tower. Rob Rocker, thanks for the 500 bits. Welcome back, man.
Update 23.2 has just been announced for PUBG on PC and console, and today I've gone through all of the updates on the test server so I can bring you gameplay footage and test out everything that's in this new update, including the eagerly awaited revive system, some changes to how being knocked in squad games works, the new clan system, and
knocked in squads.
Much more. So some of you may have seen the teaser video featuring none other than Wacky Jackie. Great to see Jackie getting involved on the PUBG side of things doing this patch report. The live maintenance schedule is as usual. The test server is up today. This means the PC update is going to go out next Wednesday. That's May the 17th European time. And for console, the following Thursday on May the 25th. If you have PC, you can play on the test server now. If not, then you'll need to wait till it hits the live.
You can play on it now, chat. If anyone's even playing on it. Like, the thing is, we'll probably play on Tuesday because when the live servers go down, everyone piles into the test. But when we were trying to get into it on Wednesday, there was only like 70 people in the server. There wasn't even enough. And every game that we got in, there was only 5 real players. So...
servers. The map service plan is the same as last month, both in terms of what the available...
No. What? May 17th? Erangel, Miramar, Vikendi, Sandhawk, Kirkin. Okay, that's not a bad one. But this one... oh, no. Wait. They're just rotating them. So this is one rotation. This is another. And then they go back. They flip-flop them. Can we get a petition out there to just get a vote? Like, regional voting on what the fixed maps are? That's just me, right? I don't mind seeing Sandhawk in the rotation every once in a while, but I feel like in NA, at least, Sandhawk should not be a fixed map.
Map pools are, and in terms of when they're going to change. On PC, they will update every Wednesday. You'll get a different map pool, and on console, every Thursday, the map rotation will change to the other one. Maps available in ranked are staying the same, with Erangel, Miramar, and Tago having an equal weighting, and Destin having a 10% weighting. So,
Chad, I can't wait, right? Okay, let's go back just a second here. I can't wait to test out this ranked map pool in NA. Oh, hold on a second. I forgot something. Sure. Since he is there, we'll put the chat up here. All right, cool. You guys are up in the top right.
Weighting. So the big new feature in this update is what PUBG are calling the recall system,
which is the revive,
the buyback, the gulag, but without fighting. Whatever you want to call it, it is PUBG's revive system. It's been awaited for a long time. I wasn't expecting to see it in this update. It's amazing to see it so quickly, especially after last update being such a significant one for PUBG. I thought we were going to have to wait till a bit later in the year. And another massive bit of news for this is that it's going to be available immediately on Erangel, Miramar, and Destin.
Which they changed.
Some hints.
They changed that because originally it was only supposed to be Erangel. Then now it's actually going to be on Erangel, Miramar, and Destin, which I think is good. They need to put it on every map. I mean, even if there's one where there's a comeback arena, like, just put it on every map. You know, the consistency, it just needs to be there. People are going to be confused. What map has the revive? What map has a comeback battle royale? Oh, it's different from Tego to Vikendi? And then what about Sandhawk? Like, I don't know. There's so much different things based on the maps, and I think it really will confuse new players to the game, unfortunately.
Previously, that this was just going to be available on Erangel and then gradually rolled out to the other maps, but we are going to get it on the 3 big maps that don't already have Comeback BR. Comeback BR is going to be staying on Vikendi and Tego as it is at the moment. That's
and
not
the
to
revive
say
too.
It might change and we'll get unified features in future. I think that'd be much better.
Yes.
But for the time being, we are going to have Tego come back, Vikendi come back, and then the recall system on the other 3 maps. So the recall system is a bit different to Comeback BR. It basically works by when one of your teammates is killed, you can take a blue chip off of their body. Everyone has this in their inventory by default. You can't drop it. So when you get knocked, or when you get killed rather, your teammates can come and take this. They then have to go to one of these recall systems, a blue chip tower, which you can see marked on the map.
See, that right there, yeah, you take it and you go to a blue chip tower, so it's a lootable item, right? You can loot this off of bodies. So it's like, I understand the system. It's like Apex, right? Where you're grabbing the banner and then you're taking it to go and get your teammate back. But the problem that I see with this is you can loot them off of enemy players, and they're the experienced players in PUBG. I think they underestimate how quickly it is to loot items, and then how easy it will be to just loot the enemy blue chip and then just go and just randomly drop it in a bush while you're mid fight, and then just keep fighting, and the other team will then be on an Easter egg hunt. That's what I see the big problem with this. Otherwise, I think this is cool. The quick fix to something like that would be you're not allowed to drop them on the ground. I just feel like they should always be in an inventory. I think if you loot an enemy's blue chip, you shouldn't be able to drop it. It's going to encourage that team to hunt you down, to kill you, to get their chip back, which I think is a cool idea, an awesome concept. But yeah, we'll see what they have to say about it.
And then you use it, and then your teammate will come back in the beginning of the next phase. There will be a plane that flies over. They will drop back in. They won't have any gear at all, completely unarmed, unarmored, no bag, no guns, no nothing. So
okay.
The blue chip.
So this is where you go to res. Now the thing is though that he made a really good point of how this works. When you use this tower, players will then get revived by a plane flying over the zone at the start of the next phase. So you're only going to be able to come back at the beginning of the phases. So I'm sure he might cover it, but I think if your team gets killed before the next phase comes, even if you were revived, you're dead. So it's not an instant bring back, right? You have to get brought back, and then at the start of the next phase, you'll come back completely in the nude. You don't have anything that you had before.
Towers can be found around the map. They are marked on the map at random places. There'll be different places each time you play. There's quite a lot of them. You can use these towers multiple times. So
I think there's like 30 something, 35 towers maybe, and it's random, right? It's random where they're at on the map, which I think is a good thing, because then people aren't going to get into the habit of camping specific towers. There will be camping of towers, believe me, Chad. You're gonna run into some times where people are camping them, but seeing that they're random, I don't think it's gonna be as prevalent. But and you can use them multiple times, which I think is good. It's not like a one use. I think there's a cooldown on it. When someone uses it, and then it takes a certain amount of time before you can use it again.
If the same person dies multiple times throughout a game, they can keep coming back up to a maximum of, I think 6 or 7 times. The recall system is disabled from phase 7 onwards, so you can kind of get recalled as many times as possible before then. Obviously, when you do get recalled, you still have to wait for
let's see. Oh, he's zooming out. Okay. Yeah, you can see here subtly, right? Like this little icon on the mini map. That's where they are in this particular map that he's playing, right? So there's 2 by Zarky. There's 1 southwest of shooting range. There's 1 in Severny. 1 all the way in the East Coast, kind of randomly in those compounds. They're all over, right? So that's the icon that you can see on the map.
Phase for the plane to fly over, so you don't immediately come back. So there is a limit there to quite how often you can come back. The wait in the example I've shown you was quite a long one, but keep in mind that was me literally landing on drop with my ult account, immediately killing it and thirsting it, and immediately going to a tower.
Wait, he's team killing. Report him. No, I'm just
in real gameplay, you're probably more likely to have a fight and stuff, and then if you got a teammate to revive, it's going to be several minutes probably before you've finished the fight, got their blue chip, gone to a tower and activated it, and then by that stage it probably won't be quite such a wait.
Yeah, so it's gonna seem like a long wait if you die instantly. So what he's basically saying is he landed instantly and he insta killed his teammate and revived him right away. So he had that 6 to 7 minute wait. That's if you die instantly and instantly get to a res tower and revive, right? So what the thing that he's the point that he's making is it probably isn't going to be that long most of the time, because you're going to land, you're going to get loot, you're probably all going to fight. There's 4 players, someone might get flushed, and it's going to take a few minutes before those battles finish up. Grab the blue chips, go to a tower, revive, and you could probably get back before the first phase is over. You might only wait, like, the person who died is going to be waiting, but it's not like they're not going to be doing anything. You're going to be watching your teammates mop up and then get back in fairly quickly.
For your teammate to get back. So there's lots of other little details about this. It's just in normals, customs, and casuals. It's not in esports or ranked as you might have expected. You can register multiple teammates' blue chips at the same time on a tower. You don't have to go to multiple towers to do multiple teammates. When the tower is activated, it will make a big noise, and other players nearby will be able to tell that it's going on. And then it also has.
So what he was saying just earlier is if you have 3 of your teammates' blue chips, so if, let's say you're the last one alive and you grabbed all 3 of them, if you go to the tower, it'll bring all 3 back at the next plane, right? And it is going to make a loud noise. I don't know if you remember the loud noise. Thanks, Termy. Tier 2 for 31 months. Scotty, thanks for the 100 bits. Appreciate you guys. And Mr. Pew with a gifted sub. Thank you. Basically, it's going to make a loud noise. If you've been on Vikendi and you go to those labs, and when you take an item from there and it's like did I do that imitation pretty good? That's kind of the noise that it's going to make. So people are going to know that you're there when you do it. So you got to be careful when you sneak away.
Has a cooldown afterwards where you can't use it for a little while, has different colors that will indicate what state that is in. There's lots of little details about this in the patch notes. I'll let you have a read through it. I'm sure you'll get used to it as you use these in gameplay. But that's about the core process of it. It takes about 10 seconds to activate the tower.
Hold on, get the crate, man. Pause for a second. I want to know what's in it.
As you can see in the footage, there's also a portable transmitter thing, a blue chip transmitter. You can find this as a world spawn, a rare world spawn, and this is basically,
I think when he says rare world spawn, that's an understatement, chat, because I never found one. I've talked to some other people that were playing on the test server just trying to find it on the ground. They haven't found one. Where are they, man?
basically a portable tower. So if you have one of these and a blue chip, you can call your teammate back without having to find one of these blue chip towers. Like I said,
so this is cool. The blue chip transmitter's cool because if you find it, you don't need to go to one of those random towers, so you can really revive anywhere, right? Does it make a noise? Yep, it says the noise is produced during the activation process. Let's see. Here.
said, though, they are quite common. I was able to find 2 just up in Zaki. If you move, get knocked or eliminated, or press cancel whilst trying to bring someone back on the blue chip tower, it will cancel it, so you have to restart. And once you've used it on the tower, it will be consumed and you won't have it anymore. I think this is a really positive change. I like the sound of it. I think
agree.
With the sped up blue zone circles we have now, I don't think waiting to the next phase will be too much of an issue, and it just kind of fits in better with just having one plane every phase rather than constant planes flying over, dropping off people back from comeback BR or from...
That is true. Okay, I don't know how many of you guys remember playing back when like the flare guns first got in, and how many planes were just flying over like all the time. And having it one plane per phase, I think is good. I am a little bit bummed that it's not like the Super People Revive. That would have been my personal one. I think it fits the game really well, where your team finishes the fight, you just bring your guys back right then and there, and you're right back into the action, right? But if this is how they want to implement it, that's fine. Having too many planes fly overhead just gets really annoying. You're just constantly hearing planes. You won't be able to hear the game because there would be so many planes flying over when people get revived. So the way that they did that with having the one plane every zone is good, in my opinion.
From revive rather, or people just popping out of nowhere, or so I think that kind of works. It's going to be interesting to try it out. I think it's going to really change how PUBG is played as a game. For me, it's going to make it a lot more fun. I know not everyone is going to be into that, but if you're really
not into the fun, what? Gonna make it more fun. I don't know. Not everybody's into it. Yeah, you know, he does make a good point, Chad, because we have talked about this before, that there are some people who get their enjoyment out of making other people miserable in the game. But I do think I agree with him. It's going to make the game more fun. I think it's going to make people more aggressive, less campy, right? Because in squads, it's going to make squads viable again. You can play with your friends and not have to worry about someone dying and just be out of the game entirely. You know what I mean? There's always going to be that chance that you can get back. And it's going to make it more fun. Playing with your friends is fun. Not playing by yourself while your friends watch.
Against it, I guess you can always play ranked. So moving on from revives, there is some other cool stuff in the update. One minor thing is a little marker for your vehicle. When you get out of a vehicle, it'll put a marker on your map just showing where it is in case you lose it. Apparently lots of people do that. I'm not sure I really need this, but you know, it doesn't really intrude on anything. It only shows it to you, not to enemies. And this...
Wait, he doesn't lose his cars? Chad, I lose where my car is all the time, right? Where did I park that thing? You know, I almost sometimes think, man, do I have a key fob like in the game? Maybe I like tap it, hear the little beep.
Icon will disappear once you've got into another vehicle, so your map won't be spammed with them. You can also clear these by clearing markers on the map as you normally would. Another random feature they've added is this sort of thing that stops you jumping out of fast moving vehicles. Okay. This is a toggleable setting.
How many of you guys have jumped out of a moving car and died?
I didn't think you could initially, but you can just turn this off. Basically, if your vehicle is going over 60 kilometers an hour and you press to jump out, it'll give you a 3-second countdown timer to confirm if you want to do that or not. So this is
okay. So this is if you're going too fast in a car, it's a thing that you can add or enact in the game. It's an option that will tell you, it'll say, hey, you're exiting the vehicle right now and you're gonna get thrust out in this many seconds, so hit this to cancel it. Personally, I think I'm gonna disable this because sometimes I want to yeet a C4, man. Sometimes, you know, you need to get out. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, because if your car's about to blow, or if you need to get out of your vehicle, or let's say you're driving really fast and you fly off of a cliff or something, and you need to exit the car and use your parachute, But if you hit that and then it gives you a certain amount of seconds, you won't be able to get out. Or what about the glider? You know, you're trying to get out of the glider. Yeah, Hollywood Snob, the falling out of the glider with the parachutes. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this works.
To stop you accidentally jumping out of vehicles and dying, but you can disable it, which is nice because, you know, if you want to smash a vehicle off a massive jump at 100 kilometers an hour and jump out and pull a parachute or something, you wouldn't be able to do that with this feature. So I'm glad it's configurable. I'll probably turn it off, but you know, if you jump out of vehicles a lot by accident, maybe you want to leave that on. Some of the other significant changes are around DBNO, down but not out, knocked state players.
Yep.
So the wording of this in the patch notes is very confusing. The way they sort of describe it is,
what does this say? We are implementing adjustments to balance of automatic HP loss during the down but not out state to provide players with additional strategic choices. Okay? By decreasing the rate of automatic HP loss while remaining stationary, players can make more informed decisions on whether to stay put or reposition based on their circumstances. We believe this not only promotes a more realistic experience, but also strengthens the game's narrative structure. So, the way that I read this is, if you stay still, you're going to bleed out slower. If you move, you're going to bleed out faster. That's how I read it.
Is as if you always bleed at the same rate, no matter how many times you've been knocked. Says, while remaining stationary during DBNO, the identical HP reduce rate will apply regardless of how many times you're knocked out. And that's not true. I think this is just quite poorly translated. You still bleed quicker the more times you've been knocked. That has not changed.
Okay, so so if you've been knocked once, you'll still bleed out the same speed. Hey, the ice. Thanks for the 7 months, tier 1. Doing great. How are you? You still bleed out at the same rate. If you get knocked for a second time, you still bleed out at the same rate that you do as a second knock. Same with the third and fourth, yada yada. But what I'm thinking is, if you start moving, you'll bleed out even faster. D-Rob, thanks for the prime for 11 months. How? So, that basically is just meaning you're going to bleed out faster.
Still how it works. That's how it works in the test server. I've tested that this morning and you can see it on screen now. What does happen is if you stay still, you bleed slightly slower than if you're moving. And this also counts if you're in a vehicle. If someone's moving you in a vehicle when you're knocked, then you'll bleed even quicker. Moving you in a vehicle whilst knocked, yep, that is something you can now do. If someone is knocked, you can pick them up.
This is cool. Look at that.
Before, but now you can.
This guy just loaded him into the car. Pick up your downed opponent, load him into a car, and drive off. M-Dog, thanks for the 5 months.
Dump them into a vehicle, and you can drive off and revive them somewhere else.
Now, okay, so if you're moving while knocked and you bleed out faster, do you bleed out faster when they're driving the car? Because you're stationary in the car, but the car is moving.
So nice little change there. You can plonk them into any seat in a vehicle. They can then pop themselves back out of that seat whenever they want, and you can revive them. You can even put them in the driver's seat. I'm not sure why you would, but you can. And if they don't get out, then you can't drive the car. You can also do this to enemy teammates. That's actually what I'm doing in this video. You can see on screen because I'm just doing this on a private server with 2 single players with self.
Oh my gosh. So you can do it with enemy players. So imagine the troll. You knock a guy, you throw him in a car, and just drive him away.
Revives. So that's actually an enemy player that I'm picking up and putting into this vehicle and so on and so forth. So cool little change there. It'd be interesting to see how the moving and bleeding out thing feels once you're in real gameplay situations. If it feels kind of harsh when you're trying to crawl to cover but you bleed out quicker, or if you just sit still and just get shot. So yeah, I don't know. The car thing I think is really good. The moving thing, we'll have to have a bit of a play and see how it feels in game.
See, I don't know about the moving thing, chat. Bleeding out faster while you're moving, like, I thought the whole idea behind the down but not out, and then like adding in the couple second immunity after instantly getting knocked made it so like you could be alive and actually have a chance of being picked back up. So now you're just gonna bleed out faster if you crawl. Does that mean like maybe they need to do a little bit of an adjustment? Like okay, most people move when they're knocked. Most people don't just sit still, right? So maybe you make it so that the first, second, third, fourth knock, you actually bleed out slower than you did before. But then say that, oh, if you crawl, if you go to move, you're gonna bleed out freaking crazy fast. Because then that would prevent people from crouching around, getting intel, doing all that stuff. But if you really need to crawl to get to safety, you could do it. It'd just be at expense of health. But then if you're knocked and you're just sitting still, then it would be beneficial.
Gameplay. It's worth noting when you're knocked and in a vehicle, you can also do a couple of things. You can drop things from your inventory, but you can also put things in the trunk of the car, which is quite useful. So you could store items in the boot. I'm not sure you could retrieve them.
What if I want to store my enemy in the trunk
of the car? If you want. They've also made some tweaks to the Ace. They've reduced the screen shake experience to try and make the Ace feel a bit better to use. It's had lower than expected win rate, they say, so a little bit of a buff to the Ace in terms of its stability or its perceived stability. There have been some tweaks to smoke grenades. They might look a little bit different to help enhance rendering performance, but it does say that they might look slightly different, but the gameplay remains unaffected.
Okay, so they're changing the smokes. This scares me because anytime we already know that there's some issues. Is this a fix where like people who have a higher vantage point, when they're looking down at someone with a smoke and you can just see right through the smoke? You know what I mean? Is this a fix to that? They're optimizing them for the render performance, or is this going to cause more problems? I also stopped using my colored smokes because people can see through them way better. So I'm hoping this is the fix.
Remains unaffected. Another big change we've got coming in this update is the clan system. They've given us so much content at the moment, it is honestly astonishing. The last update was a pretty big one. This update we've got clans and the revive system in one update.
Clans.
It's pretty impressive. So hats off to PUBG for that one.
Agreed.
As long as it all works. The clan system, you can create a clan. You have a name of, I think, up to about 14 characters. You also have a clan tag of up to 4 characters. The name of the clan has to be unique, but the actual 4-letter clan tag doesn't have to be unique. So you don't have to worry about being the first to get on to get, I don't know, Dave, the clan Dave, or whatever you want to get, because you could actually have multiple clan Daves, which I don't think is good really, but that's how it works. But you'll have your full clan name as well, so there'll only be one, the OG Dave clan, and you won't be able to get it confused, I guess. So people can join clans. You can leave it open, you can make it invite only, you can have up to 100
what are the
players,
benefits of the clan?
Then you get a little thing next to your name that says, you know, TBG or Dave or whatever your awesome clan tag
So what I want to know is, how can you be a part of the Beard Guys clan, right, if you can never grow a beard? That's my question. Because I could never grow a beard. So would I never be able to be a part of the Beard Guys?
You can then level that up by the members of your clan playing games will get XP when they play together in a squad with other clan members. They'll get
more
bonus
BP.
XP, and this will level up your clan, and you'll get a cooler looking clan tag, and maybe there'll be other things you get in future as well. But at the moment, I think it's just the cool looking clan tag. But it also gives you a nice little interface where you can see other clan members within the clan page through the lobby, and you can click to join them or play with them or message them and stuff. So it does make a nice little community thing, and could make it easier for finding, you know, groups of players to play together. We can make a clan and invite like our subscribers or whatever to join.
Now have a way to play with their
for them
friends.
all to just play games together with other Beard Guys community members and stuff like that. So if you fancy joining TBG clan, let me know in the comments. Will 100 be enough? I don't know.
Or
Maybe
we
might need 2 clans. We'll see how we get on. But it seems like quite a cool system. I like the look of it. Looking forward to getting that live on console in a
I think this is great. I think the clan system's awesome. I hope that they maybe can elaborate on some of this. Maybe they can do like clan battles and stuff, right? Where you can organize things to where, hey, I'm going to challenge this clan, and you get in and you can do like a 50v50 platoon battle against another clan if they accept, and there's another, you know, clan that wants to participate, right? Or, you know, it just would be for fun, right? Join in, maybe have a bunch of different clans in the same game. You know, it's just a giant clan war. Who knows?
a couple of weeks. I've been told that the clan names are separate between PC and console, so for console players getting the update a week later, you shouldn't have to worry that all of the names will be taken on PC and then you can't use them on console. From what I've been told, they are separate entities.
Makes sense.
You do have to have PUBG Plus to create a clan. This is something that anyone who had
worry,
PUBG
Chad, I've got it.
Free to play, I think just has Plus anyway. But if you got PUBG purely free to play, PUBG Plus is a thing. I kind of forget it even exists, but you need to have PUBG Plus where you pay a few quid and then you can play ranked and you can create custom games, and you'll also be able to create a clan. You'll be able to join a clan without having Plus, I believe, but it's just create a clan. You need to have Plus.
Okay.
There's a bit of information in the patch notes about the various roles, master, manager, and this is just for admin roles within the clan and stuff. You can post messages on a kind of bulletin board, and you just have to have completed the tutorial in order to be eligible to join a clan. Again,
do I need to have completed the tutorial to create the clan? I don't even think I've completed the tutorial. We're gonna have to do that.
some of the wording here I think is a little confusing over how to name a clan. It made it sound to me like you have to have a mixture of like upper and lowercase and numbers in your clan name, like a password. That's not what it means. It let me create one with TBG and the Beard Guys and stuff. You can't have spaces in the name, but I think you can have hyphens and underscores and that kind of thing. You can change your clan name as well. You have to buy tokens in the store to do this. Maybe you'll get some free, I'm not sure, but you can buy tokens and change the name if you're not happy with it, or you can delete your clan and just create a new one. As well as getting a boost to your clan XP, you also get a 30% BP boost for playing with clan members, which is pretty cool. So you'll earn more BP for playing with your clan buddies. So definitely worth being in one.
Get that extra BP,
with,
chat.
you know, the same people all the time, and you fancy being a clan together. That's going to work out really nicely for you. There's also a clan search page. There's going to be a clan chat channel you can use on PC, which has that feature, and all sorts of cool social stuff. Which I think is a really nice.
Anybody online want a game in the Bud Clan?
Reporting inappropriate clan tags and all that kind of stuff, because that is inevitably going to happen.
Now, the increase in BP is actually cool if they're going to be coming out with awesome skins like they did with the car that cost 200,000 BP or something like that, right? I mean, obviously I have an astronomical amount because I really have never spent them and I have so many hours in the game. But to new players coming in, that's kind of cool. If they start coming out with, you know, skins that are available through BP, this gives them a way to generate BP faster.
The usual tweaks to UX and UI stuff, we won't worry too much about that. You'll see that as you go through the menus. There's some tweaks to the workshop, new stuff added there, some performance stuff, some bug fixes. Wait.
Is
And of
this
course
a
we
new
have the
skin?
Wacky Jacky, some performance stuff, some bug fixes about that. You'll see that as you go through the menus. There's some
new items.
tweaks to the workshop, new stuff added there, some performance stuff, some bug fixes, and of course we have the Wacky Jacky skins coming to the store very soon. They'll probably do a separate store update post soon going over those details, but I think we'll probably see those for sale. If not when the PC update goes live, it will then, I imagine, be on sale when the console update goes live. They look great. It's really awesome to see Wacky Jacky get such a wicked bundle of skins and an emote and all this stuff. There's been a lot of hard work obviously gone into that, and very
love
well
to see the new skins, chat,
by Wacky Jacky, who's done so much for the PUBG community. So grab that when it comes out. Thanks for watching the video today. Hope you found it useful. Let me know what you think about this upcoming update in the comments down below. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to be streaming a little bit later today on YouTube, so come over to there if you want to chat to me about this update, and I'll see you next time. I just wanted to drop you all a quick message.
All right, so I mean, overall, I think the new patch is going to be great. 2 thumbs way up. I'm excited. I hope when they start seeing feedback from the patch, I feel that I feel like they need to be quick to make certain changes. We'll just see how it all pans out. You know, the quicker they respond to the feedback and stuff, I think the better it's going to be. This is a really good start. Really positive update. Super excited to try it out. Let's see here. The Beard Guys chat. You know, the link for this video will be in the description below. Okay. And yeah, gonna like it. Make sure you get over there and like it. And check out his video. Check out his channel. Beard Guys puts out really good PUBG stuff. So check it out. See you next time.